And we're live. Thomas, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for coming in today. Agents Who Win, Todd Schroth here, eXp Realty team leader. I wanted to thank you guys. I've been bringing you guys a lot of value the last few months of people that just can bring business value back to us, how we can extend our services and or provide a better experience for our clients. And I met Thomas through my coach, Mike Gerbeck, about doing a seller concierge and buyer concierge service to our clients and just another touch point for them. And so Thomas and I have been talking the last few weeks, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to bring Thomas into the show and just how we can bring an experience back and have him talk a little bit more in depth on that. And as you know, we want the sale doesn't stop at the sale. It continues on after. So we wanted to make sure we could do that. And I think Thomas is going to bring some value back for that. Thomas Barr, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thomas, I'm going to let you take it away.
Oh, awesome. Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Todd, for having me on the call. I want to thank all the viewers out there for getting on the call. First of all, I think it's an amazing platform, what you've done. I was checking it out. Agents Who Win. I mean, it's just that's awesome. So you guys have already separated yourself from the masses just by simply getting on a call and learning more about this, because I do work a lot with some of the biggest agencies out there, and I've never seen this before. So I would take my hat off to you, Todd. I think this is awesome that you do this. So appreciate you having me. So guys, real quick, as Mike said, I'm going to it's not going to take a long time, but I'm going to get to the nuts and bolts of what we do, because what we do with this concierge service will literally it brings so much value to not only, your brokerages, agents, but to your customers. And as Todd's point was, more touches means, building a better, stronger relationship that'll last, for the lifetime of the customers, not just for one time. So that's what we're going to talk about. Real quick, guys, I'll give you a little background about myself. I'm no one special. My name is Thomas Barr. I'm from Central Pennsylvania. I took a look at this business 3 years ago. I mean, I'm like everybody here. I'm very busy. I'm a multi-business owner. But 10 years ago, I was in the gas and oil business, and I took a look at this business while I was still in the gas and oil business, 3 years ago. I was just very frustrated with the gas and oil. I was making good money, but the gas and oil business owned me. As we all know, I'm sure anybody that's been in the real estate, 2008, 2009 came, guess what happened? My business took a hit. The gas and oil business took a hit. And, just financially, it set me back. And I was not making passive income. I've always been looking to make residual income, just didn't have the right vehicle. So a good friend of mine that I grew up and I respected, he was an entrepreneur. He was an investor in the real estate. He showed me exactly what I'm going to share with you today. And honestly, I was more than open-minded to take a look at what I'm about to show you guys. And this guy had so much success that it just blew me away. And I grew up with him. So I definitely had an open ear. He said, Tom, you got to take a look at this. Literally 6 months later, I retired out of the gas and oil business, and here I am today. Now, granted, I had absolute zero experience in the real estate world. You don't have to. So today I'm going to show you guys why we're working with so many real estate professionals in the largest brokerages literally in the world: the Keller Williams, the RE/MAX, the EXP, Berkshire Hathaway, Caldwell Bankers, and more. I'm going to actually share my personal experience with this.
Awesome.
That I have. Yeah. And, this isn't make up stories. This is what I've personally been. And it's been it's been an awesome experience to see some of the best agents and even brokerages, initiate what I'm about to show you and have the success that we're having. So that's really cool. But, it goes hand in hand, just like peanut butter and jelly for anybody in the real estate space. We're going to talk about concepts today. Opportunity to create, as Todd just says, opportunity to create more profitability per transaction. But in addition to that, we're going to show you a way to create a continuous revenue stream long after the transition is over, which is going to, set you apart from everybody else. While at the same time, we're going to create more value, which will create more 5-star Zillow reviews. I know that's important. One of my guys in Lancaster, this guy, his name's Dan Parsons. He's with a Remax Elite. He's all about Zillow, and he actually initiated something that it took his business to a different level. But we're also going to show you how to get more referrals, and at the same time, really create an easier move-in experience for your client and your tenants. Okay, so I took some notes here, and at the same time, we're going to give you an opportunity to have a continuous multiple touch points with your clients. That's what this is all about. More touch points after the sale, just building and solidifying that relationship. That's what's going to set you apart, from you and everybody else. So we're going to go ahead and get started here today. This is basically the industries that we're in. We're in the largest industries literally in the world. We rep a company called ACN. ACN has been around for almost 30 years. So when I took a look at this industry, it just made sense that we're doing business with somebody that's been around for that long. They've proven the test of time. But more importantly, what we do, we're a customer acquisition company. So because I'm a 1099 business owner, I didn't have to quit my day job. So we don't want you guys taking your eye off the real estate game. That's not what we're after. We want to bring this to you as a concierge service to actually bring value to your business. But one of the most exciting parts about this opportunity is that you're literally in the largest industries in the world. So essential services. So what does that mean? This means we don't have to sell products or anything like that. We're selling services that everybody is utilizing anyhow, not just individuals, every household, every resident, but businesses as well. So you can show a business owner that they can make and save money too. It touches everybody. But some of the services that we offer, I'm going to touch base on them real quick. I'm not going to get into detail on them because I could be here for hours explaining who we do.
Do you want me to share screen so we can pull the site up?
You can, sure. That would be good. Yep. So this is my actual personal website. So what I do, again, I told you I'm not personally in the real estate world, but I actually have been looking at EXP, and so I think I am going to take the plunge because I like your model. I love your model, actually.
Let me jump in for a second. So where we got connected was I wanted to provide a service back to our people where they can go to one place to turn on, turn off, get services, and have just a general concierge type service to our clients. And so that's how Thomas and I had gotten connected, because this is like a package already set. And the benefit is we can profit from it and provide value back. Go ahead, Tom. So I just want to kind of put that out there.
Yeah. No, so, there's a lot of facets to this business, but it's very simple. So we are the world's largest direct seller of the biggest industries in the world, essential services. So we offer them to everybody, every resident and every business. You can see the services. So the services are what, when you sell a house, right now you guys are getting paid one time. This is a way to set yourself aside from everybody else. Why is that? Because you are creating more touches, more exposures with the customer. So you can pick the phone up and call them a year down the road and say, hey, by the way, Miss Jane Doe, thank you for buying the house. Just wanted to check on you, see how you like your Vivint home security system. Our average Vivint home security system, the customers are on 9 years, guys, 9 years. So long after the sale, you can get paid on these services. Right now, how many of us are guilty of sitting at the closing table, putting down a piece of paper and saying, pushing it over here, by the way, here's your services, go, you can sign up with,
Right.
And this is a way to not only offer our customers better services, because we work with the largest companies in the world, but they're also going to save money. And at the same time, you're creating a relationship. You're showing your tenants, your clients, your customers that you actually care, that you give a crap about them, because you're putting them on these services. You're taking care. It's a stressful time. I'll tell you right now, I sold my house in March. Now, this is me. I sold my house in March, and I forgot to switch my electric. I forgot. I didn't have it. You know what I mean? So if I would have had a concierge service that was set up, it would have been just an amazing value to have. You know, everything happens fast. You know, it's just a stressful time. It really is. And, you know, most people don't buy homes all the time. Like me, that was the first time the only time I ever sold a house. That was my own house. So it was definitely stressful for me. So I can use this testimonial and, you know, speak to you, say, you know, had I had a concierge service, oh, by the way, we're going to take care of, you know, your phones, your internet, your home security, your automation. We're going to take care of internet, all the things that they can bundle it in, all the things that I needed. It would have been a blessing to have somebody else take care of that for me, put me in a better position, and just concentrate on the move and, you know, all the other things that comes with it. That would have been a much better thing. So the customer saves money. We put them in a better position. We're offering them better services for sure than they currently have, like cell phone, the internet, and all that kind of stuff. And then what we do is we take them to their website. We actually show them that we care, and we're putting them through your personal website. So we have a website Todd just shared with you. It's basically, they call us the Amazon of essential services. I mean, how many of us can see that the brick and mortar stores that we grew up with, the Toys R Us and Sears and JCPenney, all of them, the brick and mortar is being replaced with click and order. I'm guilty of it. Amazon. I mean, Walmart. Exactly. Brick and mortar is being replaced with click and order. And that's what we have. You know, we sit at home and we do what? We shop. We shop online now for groceries and everything else. So people are the same way. Ease of use. So we're putting them through your own personal website where you can walk them through, show them the Fortune 500 companies that we do business with, show them, you know, save them some money, put them in a better position. And then the best part about that is, you know, basically we're earning a second stream of residual income. That's what I love about this the most, is when I was in the gas and oil business, guess what? I got paid when I went to work. If I didn't go to work, I didn't get paid. What I love about this is, you know, we all hear over our life, work smarter, not harder. We all heard that, you know, and I never really, okay, how do you do that? We hear it, but work smarter, not harder. Does that mean don't cut corners or whatever? No, that's like, you know, I think the light bulb moment, the aha moment for me is when I heard a quote from, you know, John Paul Getty. He was one of the first billionaires ever. And he said that he would rather make, you know, 1% off of 100 people's efforts or versus 100% off of one person's efforts. And that's what we're going to show you today, how to earn not only another stream of income, but also like the EXP model. This is why this thing goes so good with EXP and the KW, is because we have the same model, the same philosophy, is to scale it up, the distribution aspect of it, building teams. That's what you guys do best. We can also do that. But let's stick with the concierge service for now. So the concierge service, I have them. I don't know if you guys got the bullet points. Todd, did you distribute? Did everybody get that? The bullet points?
We'll put that as an attachment when we send the email back out. Not
a problem. But what I would like to do is just show you, you know, the reason why the concierge service is so special, that the value that you're bringing. So not only are you I think we talked about it, the better services, the brick and mortars, and it's a niche. You know, in this world, your commissions, guys, are quite frankly under attack. I mean, we all know this. I'm not even in the real estate world, but I know this now because I work with some of the biggest real estate brokerages and agents in Pennsylvania and the East Coast. I gave you a name earlier. I'm going to tell you how this thing works. I actually met an individual. He was a super agent with Remax Pinnacle in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He loved the concept. I gave him a presentation, showed him it, and he loved the concept of offering this, you know, when he sells house. He took this concept to his brokerage. Earl, the broker, absolutely loved it. He loved it so much that he put every agent in. He put his girls in the office in. He hired I actually witnessed this go countrywide. I was literally on the ground floor when they, quote, made a concierge service, right? And what was cool about it is they ran it right up the board through the KWs, EXP, Berkshire Hathaway, RESPA. It's all approved. It's all documented. And what I love about it is they started this concierge service, but they did it kind of because this particular RE/MAX, they were already offering these services. But here's the crazy part. They weren't getting paid on them. They would get every now and again a gift card. And I was blown away. Like how much of a gift card are you getting? He's like, oh, well, last year I think we got $50. I'm like, what? So this is something that blew my mind. When we showed them this, it not only just took off, but it took off in a big way. Because of that one agent, we are literally now all over the United States, and we hit bigger agents, bigger brokerages, and thousands of properties. So this thing can really scale up in a big way. But more importantly than that, what we found out through this whole process was this: the agents and brokerages that are using it, they're getting more listings, they're getting more money per transaction, better Zillow reviews. There's just a whole list of better reviews and just profitability per transaction. And quite frankly, what it sums up to is what these guys are telling us is it's a niche. It's a niche. We're doing things that other people aren't doing. This concierge service that we're offering, it literally does show the customer that you care about them. And that's what we're after for you. Because these online services, that are out there, they're lowballing you guys. They're taking your commissions, and you've got to constantly have a fence built up, if you would, around your customer. So this is a way to build and solidify a relationship with your customer, building, not only bringing value to them, but also bringing you another stream of income. Now, Todd, I think I went over the other day with you an example, and I'm going to throw this example out there. And it's a real example. It's a real number example. The one brokerage, that we signed up, one of the first questions I asked, whether it be an agent or a broker or, how many transactions do you do, in an average year? Well, it's a big RE/MAX. They did 1,300 transactions. Okay. That's a lot of homes in 1 year.
Yeah.
So I simply asked them, okay, out of 1,300 transactions, do you think it's fair to say that you think we could put every one of those on at least 2 services? And he said yes. Now, whether or not some people do it, they don't. Maybe we get 4 services per house, but an average of 2, okay? We'll be conservative. So in that example, averages of 2 services, the average bill being $50, which, by the way, the average bills aren't $50, but we were being very conservative.
Average electric 500.
Exactly. Well, I've seen some of the business ones. I have a gas and oil company that has an electric bill over $100,000 a month. One building. And the girl, she's a controller. She has 3 buildings, and the other 2 are real close to $100,000. So it's crazy. But anyhow, 1,300 transactions times 2 services. That is what? 2,600 services in a year, right? Average bill times 50. So we did the math for them. That would be, for their brokerage, for their agents, another $96,000 up front. Plus, here's the kicker, guys, $24,000 a month residual month after month. That's what they're going to get. And it's only going to keep building. So once they get that 2,600 customers into their concierge service, they don't just get paid 1 year on it and it ends. It continues to build. So they're going to continue getting upfront money. But the most important part, the residual is not going to go down. It's going to continue to go up month after month, year after year for the life of the customer. So, there's definitely value. And, for that kind of money, you can definitely afford to hire more people, help pay the office personnel. There's just a lot of offset that'll cover. I mean, these guys actually hired, a staff of concierge service people. Initially going in, my team, we trained them, how to do it. We actually got document paperwork made up through RESPA approved. We had to go through the lawyers and the whole 9 yards. Said it was no problem. But even, the owner of Keller Williams, he actually at their national convention said that, hey, look, and EXP, same thing. This is, if we're not doing this, somebody else is going to do it. So they understand that, competition is there and you got to have this niche. And the concierge service without a doubt, it definitely is your niche of services to offer your customers to create not only another stream of income for you all, but more importantly, another touch point. That's what, Todd, we touched on. We think that's a very important thing that's going to set you apart.
When I looked at ACN back in 2008, and I started it, and obviously it was like another thing. It was a project you didn't finish, and I wish I would have stayed in back then and understood and have this gone forward. We've looked at trying to do the concierge type service and figured out a way to make money with it while you're trying to build something from scratch. This is something that's already put together, obviously approved, and it's the model came about a year ago, you guys said?
Yeah, well, it was funny. We actually, I mean, again, ACN's been in business almost 30 years. They started with one service back in the day, long distance phone call.
Yeah.
But now we progressed. We just actually, in the middle of COVID, when most companies are going out of business or scaling back, we scaled up. We opened up another country of Peru. So we are now in Colombia, Peru. We're getting ready to open up Brazil. India is coming down the road. So can you imagine? And they just announced, actually didn't even announce, I heard through good sources, we're opening up first company ever in the history ever to open up energy in Europe. How big is that going to be? We're already in the countries, 28 countries offering our other services, but we're the first company in history to offer choice for energy. It's going to go, you know what, crazy. For better.
You think about it, I mean, just look at the downline aspect of it. Keller Williams exit and EXP model. As KW and EXP are in the other countries, you can talk to your agents over there and get them connected and as an introduction to them. And I mean, obviously, all the brokerages that are in the other countries, you can talk to your people you're connected with out there and present it to them as a way to build an international business. The thing I liked about this, or here's a question for you. Is it all utilities? So like I've got my power with Duke Energy. I've got my water with Utilities Inc. Are all those companies attached to this, or do I have to use Duke? Can I somehow get with Zoom Energy or Zom Energy, whatever it's called?
It is Zoom Energy. First of all, that's a great question. So Zoom Energy, XOOM, is, I'm sure everybody's heard of NRG, right? NRG. It's the largest energy company in North America. That's us. Okay, that is Zoom Energy. So it's huge. But your question, to answer your question, here's the coolest thing about energy. I'm going to date myself. I'm 49 years old. Okay. Back in the early, I want to say it was the mid 80s, the government came in and deregulated phone service. So I don't know how many of you guys remember the old people say Ma Bell. Well, yep. Alexander Graham Bell. There used to be one phone service around, period. Bell Atlantic, Bell Southern, Bell West. So there was one game in town. What happened was the government came in and broke it up and said, this is a monopoly, a good old boys club. They threw billions of dollars up in the air and said, let there be competition. That was when your companies like Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, they're still forming to this day. Boost, I can't keep up with them. Straight Talk, there's a million of them. But my point is, the government actually just did that here in the past few years, the deregulation of energy. Here's the exciting part, guys. For once in our life, we're seeing this before it's saturated, not after. Right now, there's only 19 states that are currently deregulated in the United States. What does that mean? That means it's not saturated. We're getting a first look at it. Now, out of that 19 states, there's only 6 states that are dual deregulated. What does that mean? That means for both natural gas and energy. So that means there's opportunity. Why? Because there's votes in Missouri, there's votes in Florida, Kentucky just got deregulated. So it's not if, it's when. These other states are opening up. So we already have a customer base with all the other services. As soon as the energy comes, boom, it's huge. So getting back to your point, Todd, I'm trying to answer that as best I can, just so that we're clear.
The long answer to a short question.
Well, it is because I want to be thorough. I don't want to confuse anyone. So I'm going to give you my personal example. So I get a bill every month it's called First Energy Penelec. I don't know how many people out there is familiar, but First Energy is huge. Okay, big. So my bill doesn't change. It still comes from First Energy. If a tree falls down and the power goes out, I call them and they come and do it. They're not calling, my customers aren't calling me, so they can put my phone, the energy back up so I can continue to make money. But more importantly, deregulations means now we have a choice. Now we're not just stuck with the good old boy monopoly club with Penelec. There's two aspects to an electric bill. There's the distribution and then there's the supply portion. Zoom Energy in Pennsylvania, anyhow, we do the supply portion. In Texas, they do the distribution because they own most of the plants. So, but the supply portion, you'll see the bill will still come from Penelec. It'll still the same, but on the one side, it'll say distribution Penelec and it'll show the charges. And then over here on the supply, it'll show Zoom Energy. But the difference that what people don't understand is, like with me, I had no clue about this, Todd. I learned all this stuff through my company and ACN and
right.
But with Penelec, what I didn't know is you're on a variable rate. What does that mean? That's like playing the stock market. I already got burned on that, more than once. So I'm done with the stock market. I don't do the casinos anymore. But my point is that it goes with the market. Whatever the stock market does, whatever the weather does, energy is bought. Energy, anyhow, electricity is bought on a grid. Okay, so say this is the grid. So there was a real cold spell back in the year 2000. I want to say 14 or 15. I forget what they call it, but it was super cold out. Make a long story short, a lot of people went out of business because of that, because they would get $20,000, $30,000 energy bills. Why did they do that? Because the grid. The energy got used up, so they had to buy it at a much higher price, and in return, because you're on a variable, the customer got burned. So with our company, we have a bunch of different programs, but I put all my customers on a fixed plan. That means I don't care what the economy does. I don't care who's in office. I don't care what Wall Street does. I don't care if there's a hurricane. That's what they're going to pay. That's peace of mind. Whether it's a home or a business. Businesses love that because there's no guesswork. Now they can almost budget what their energy is as long as they know what the kilowatts are, they know. So energy is a big part of it. And I got it, natural gas is a whole nother thing. It's similar. Natural gas is similar.
Yeah.
But we never, ever, Todd, put a customer in a position where they're going to get hurt or they lose money. We just don't do it. Sometimes you'll have to walk away from the deal if the rates are a little higher or whatever. Yeah. But for the most part, like right now in Pennsylvania, we are absolutely crushing the rates. And what's crazy is ACN, our company, Zoom Energy, I don't know if they're going to do it in November or not, but if you would sign up right now, by the end of October, they're actually giving our customers, they're paying our customers $100 e-card through Amazon or Target. I mean, Walmart, we've partnered up. Actually, they've partnered up with us, these biggest customers or companies in the world, because we're hand delivering millions of customers all over the world to them, and it doesn't cost them one red penny to go out like traditional marketing, is so expensive. Here they're getting it.
Take like Verizon, for example. We've got Verizon Wireless, and you've got cell phones on here. What is the difference between going to Verizon versus going through ACN?
I love your question, and I'm more than happy to answer it. So first of all, we market 3 of the biggest cell phone services there are: Sprint, Verizon, AT&T. Okay, I'm going to start with AT&T because it'll be quick. All right. So AT&T, you can go on my website or your own website, send your people to them. They can sign up under AT&T. They're going to get a bill from AT&T. There's no difference other than you're saving them some money. They can finance the phone through AT&T. They don't have to, That's a great thing. They have the plans are all on there. You can pick a plan. You can pick a phone, the whole 9 yards. Now, when we go through Sprint and Verizon, this is what's cool. ACN actually owns the 4th largest cell phone company in the United States, or I'm not sure if it's the world, so don't quote me on that. But I know it's a big company. It's called, I don't ever like to say, I know it's a big. I was told it was the 4th largest, but they call it Flash Wireless. Okay. So me, myself, and I actually have my phone on Flash Wireless. And how this works is you go in and you have an unlocked phone, and you can buy them at Best Buy. We're partnered with Best Buy, or you can get them at Apple Store, anywhere. You can finance your phone. So I love that. But you can get on our Flash service through Verizon, and you're still on the Verizon network. As a matter of fact, it's the fastest download, the widest broadband, no contract, no credit check. And now, guys, here's the best part. With Sprint or Verizon through Flash Wireless, you can earn a free cell phone, okay? For when you sign your phone up, after that, it's called Refer 5. You put 5 more lines on, your cell phone bill is free for as long as those. What's cool about, I mean, you still have to pay tax. My bill's like $7 a month or something. But the coolest part about
referring 5 friends, it's not buying 5 lines.
It's referring, yeah, correct. You don't have to buy it. You just have to refer 5 people. You know, I'm sure everybody on this line, we all know 5 people who have a cell phone, right? I used to have 3
a month, so I would be happy to take that.
Yeah, and so, you know, with Sprint, now Verizon, they're supposed to bring back our family plan. Sprint has a family plan. I mean, our rates are really, really ridiculously low, very competitive. I don't know if you guys are seeing the trends today, but it's, you know, the big gigantic cell phone bills, you know, are definitely coming down because of why? Because of deregulation, competition. I told you cell phone, you know, are still forming to this day. And that's what's going to happen with energy too. But my point is, you have Sprint, you have Verizon, you can get, and there's other free platforms too, by the way, guys. You can get free internet, you can get free energy with us. So money saved is money earned. That's a beautiful thing with this concierge service. And then one other thing I wanted to touch base with on the concierge service with the real estate end is our company, you can actually be proud to offer our services for, if you like to give back. Our company actually donates a meal through Project Feeding America.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, every time somebody signs up for a service, they feed a kid right here in your community in the United States. Last year, we fed 3.5 million kids in the United States alone. We're also the largest private donator to the Ronald McDonald House. We donate to over 50 different charities. So this company, you know, it's exactly like EXP, the character and integrity of the founders. I mean, we share a lot of the same things. I just love giving the fact that, you know, we can help people, put them in a better position. We can make some money. We can scale it up, build a team around the world. And more importantly, we can help people. We can give back while we're here. We're in this world a short time. It's a very negative place. This is all positivity. One of my favorite aspects about this opportunity, I learned this through mentorships. I think I told you, I'm mentored by some of the greatest mentors in the world. And I was never a mentor, but now I have a team of over 400 business partners all over the globe that I mentor. Right. So, you know, this is just monkey see, monkey do in layman's term. I speak in layman's term. Exactly. I learned from my mentors. I soak it all in. I got a big head. I soak it all in here, and I take what I'm taught and I teach my people. And at the end of the day, as long as we can help people, put them in a better position, that's what this is all about. I mean, we can't take our money with us. The only thing we can all do together is make this world a better, more positive place. And this opportunity will definitely sharpen your skills for not only the business, but for life. I'm going to tell you, this thing will help you in all aspects of your life, especially the real estate, because I've seen it firsthand.
So one of the things I like about, you know, just the concierge model behind it, like you said, you've got to, in a year, you're going to know that they're up for renewal on something. So you get a notification that it's time for them to renew their phone plan or their alarm or the electric, whatever the service may be. But the beauty there is that it's another touch point to talk to the client. And how many people, you know, are on a complete 100% residual business, not residual, but repeat and referral business? Probably not many of the agents that are out there, because we got to keep buying leads. Now, my business personally is around 75 to 85% repeat and referral, but I would love to push it to 100. I would love to, and if I talk to my clients more often, I could get it there. And this is another reason to get in front of them. You know, we have our team we have set up at the 30 after closing 30 days, 60, 90, and then 1 year. We have something that goes out to them. And that 1 year point, there's been like a 6 to 9 month lag where there's been no communication typically. And it's like, oh, they get a home anniversary. So they get a little plant in the mail from us. Congrats on the 1 year, on your 1 year home anniversary. Sorry, it's a hard word to say. And so they call us back and say, hey, thanks. We really appreciate that. That was very thoughtful. they send us a referral or something, and we get them another item of value back in the mail. So it's just one more reason to get in front of them when you have stuff connected with them. So that's what I love about that.
Yeah, I mean, great point. I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm going to use my personal experience with that. So I told you about Dan and Earl that kind of got this whole thing started in a big way. Like they did this big time. And what we found is the agents are calling these people that they're selling their homes for. They're getting more listings, definitely getting better at Zillow. But why are they doing that? They're calling them up and saying, hey, by the way, just wanted to let you know, we have a deal going on this month with Vivint Home Security. If you haven't had home security, they're giving you a free camera, or they're giving you a free iPad or a free iWatch. I mean, that we have so much that we can offer value to the customer. And that simply means you're touching them, you're calling them more, but you're building and solidifying. They're trusting you. They're not going to go with Joe Schmo, the online business that's going to lowball you. They're going to go with you because you care about
the advisor.
That's the difference. This is a niche business. And that's what you got by offering a concierge service, with, the greatest services that are out there, in a company that's been around for a long time, and just, they're not going anywhere but straight up, and I love this fact that we work with great minds.
So how hard is it to get started if we wanted to offer the concierge type model to our clientele?
It is absolutely simple. I mean, the bottom line is, what I love about this is a 1099 business opportunity for each, agent, brokerage, or whatever. I mean, I've had brokerages actually sign up a brokerage, or, do it as individual. Most people do it as an individual.
Say we go the individual route.
Yeah, go the individual route. We can have you up and running in 20 minutes. You have a website that you saw my website. Yep. Your website will look identical to my website, other than you have your pictures, your email, your contact information. So when customers go through your website, not only will you make an upfront bonus, but you also get paid on the back end. Now, if we scale this up and we build a team, now that's a whole different ballgame. Now you not only get paid up front and you get paid on the back end, but you get paid an override on your team. And there's others. We get paid 4 different ways in this opportunity, by the way. Okay. So it's super simple, Todd, to start. Matter of fact, if someone jumps in and they want to get started, the best part is you have an upline. By the way, our organization, they call us, it's within ACN. It's we call it the Rock Stars. And we do that for a reason. Patrick Mazur, which is my mentor, he's the top earner in this company the past 13 years in a row. He is the #1 guy. He blows everybody out of the water. That's my friend I told you I grew up with. That's who mentored me. And what we do is, listen, the support, all the training and support's at your fingertips. We'll do the heavy lifting. I already told you guys, we're not looking for you guys to take your eyeball off of. Keep the main thing. Keep your focus on the real estate. But this is another tool for your toolbox. So what we'll do is let us do the heavy lifting initially. We'll get you started. We'll do all the heavy lifting for you until you start wrapping your head around it. We don't expect you to understand or learn everything the same day you join in. No. How do you eat an elephant, Todd? One bite at a time, right? This is no different. We're going to help you every single step of the way. By the way, the training and support, I think I told you about that. This company, technology-wise, is ahead of everybody. We have apps that are driven by Salesforce. We have links. We have videos. We have social media. I mean, there YouTube. There is so much that we have at your fingertips. It's a simple business. It really is. It's very simple to do.
So, I want to wrap up. Is there a model of like concierge that if like a kind of a R&D ripoff and duplicate? I knew there was a gentleman about a year ago that started this with the real estate side of things. So that's why it's taken by storm with real estate brokerages and teams and stuff, because they find it as another ancillary service that they can provide back. Is there something that we can, if we got involved, we can take that and rip and run with it?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we have a weekly call every Thursday where your people, your agents, your brokers, anybody that wants to do this, they can actually plug into other people's calls. You don't even have to do the presentations. You just invite people on. Matter of fact, we can send you a text if you don't want to talk on the phone. Example, we can give you the verbiage we use to get people onto the calls. But Yes. And the other thing is we will actually give you our same paperwork, same documents that cost these other companies, Remax and Keller Williams, and
I'll take anything from them.
It's this is I guess copycat. I mean, I don't know what we've already done. The hard work's been done,
right?
Including by EXP. This went up the ladder to EXP and was approved. So we already have the documentation. We have the paperwork. We will, again, I can't say this enough. We will walk you through this every single step of the way, hand in hand. It's not like, you start your distributorship and we say, hey, good luck. No.
Right. No, understand.
That's the culture, is we help each other. That's why I'm against corporate America. I've been burned by corporate America. I love this model. I love the culture. I love the positivity. And quite frankly, I love working with real estate people now because for the most part, the real estate people that I've worked with, they're hungry individuals. They're workers. You guys understand, what it takes to make it. And more importantly, especially EXP, you guys know what it takes to scale this up, to build a team, to do the Paul Getty, the 1% of 100 people. That's what we're after, residual. Residual income is not an easy thing to find, but when you find the right vehicle to make residual, long after you did the deal, 9 years with Vivint, that's what you want.
No, and that's cool. You're still getting paid 9 years later. I mean, how often are we getting paid 9 years later after with a client? I just closed on a house with one of my clients. We've closed 5 houses this year, and they sold a couple, bought one large one, and I'm probably not going to see any business from them for probably a good 10 plus years, if anything, unless they buy an investment, because the house they bought, they're planning, it's lakefront, they're going to stay there. This is a client who's been doing random things. Now I'm pretty much done. So this is nice to be able to, hey, turn this on, turn that on, and I can see residuals from that.
Absolutely.
Thomas, I really appreciate coming in and giving some information back. Guys, if you want to get some more details, shoot either one of us a message. You got Thomas' information on there. Shoot me a message on Agents Who Win. You're going to see the replay on this if you want more details on YouTube, and it'll be live on the Facebook page as well. And is there anything else we need to throw on there?
Todd, I wanted to add one thing, and don't think that this is just for agents and brokerages. Let me tell you, it's for every single faucet in the real estate world. You're talking investors, property managers, flippers, wholesalers, buy and hold. I could get into another hour on the benefits of, honestly, I have it because I've seen it. And I mean, anyone that's in the real estate world, and they see it, especially, listen, I have a guy in Youngstown, Ohio. He has over 600 rental properties, right? Now, his tenants pay the majority of the bills. We actually implemented a program, an incentive for his tenants to where, guess what? If you sign up for our concierge service, not only will right now you're getting paid $100 back through Apple or whoever, Target, but you're also saving money. But not only that, he implemented a personal thing to where he's giving them $100. If they stay on the service for 1 year, he's giving them $100 back off of their security deposit.
Nice.
It's not a dollar out of his pocket. They paid the security deposit.
Right.
So there's so many, and then increased cap rates with buy and holds, because I've had people actually sell their distributorship with their properties. Because why? Because that ups the value, the cap.
Right.
I mean, and I could get into it a lot longer, a lot more.
Well, that makes my head spin about like all the different partners that we can talk to get involved in this with, because we have connections with property managers. I mean, I had a gentleman in my office earlier who is looking at working with us, and he works for a property management company now that has 400 rentals. So you take that brokerage, you get the brokerage signed up, but they have those 400 customers there. The turnover is about every 18 months. So you figure every 18 months, you're going to see that kick again of initiation fees plus residuals again.
Well, here's the other thing. Okay, just what you touched on. So the buy and hold people, right? So you have a home and it's up for sale and it sits empty for 6 months. You still have to pay the energy on that, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting paid up front on the energy, and you get paid a residual on the energy that you've been paying that you have to pay anyhow. So it's a total win-win all around, all the board for any aspect in the real estate market. So I just had to add that because I don't want you guys to think. You got to think bigger than just agents and brokers, because remember when I started this, guys, I was in the gas and oil business. I had zilch experience in the real estate world. And I've learned this, and I've been doing this business less than 3 years, Todd. And I have almost 500 business partners. I have thousands of customers all over the world.
Right.
And every time that they pay that bill, they've been paying it for their whole life. You know, I have Wendy's, I have McDonald's, I have baseball stadiums, I have prisons. It's crazy where this thing can go.
Just a random, are you guys paid weekly or monthly?
Both. We actually get paid weekly on the other bonuses, right? We have 2 bonuses that we get paid up front,
okay.
and then the residual we get paid towards the end of the month. It's direct deposit on Fridays at midnight. So and then what's cool is I didn't tell you guys this, but you not only get your website with this, but you also get what we call our back office, where as a business owner, they do the work that I dread, the accounting, the billing. You can check all your own personal stuff. You can actually check your team and see what they're doing, see what their billing is.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah, they didn't. There's nothing unturned. I mean, they have it in a row. So again, buddy, thank you, man. I get fired up. You can see because I love this.
I love it.
Yeah, man, I love it.
We're excited to get started. I know we've been involved for a couple of weeks, and I just got to dive in deeper on it and get things moving forward with it. But that's why I want to get you on here, kind of introduce it to the audience, and we can all build it together. So we can go from there. Cool. Definitely I appreciate it, Thomas. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend.
God bless you all.